Okay, so a new Tears of the Kingdom trailer has been released, so let's go through it and see what we've got. It starts on a stormy sky, something many players will remember as annoying in Breath of the Wild, as the rain stopped you climbing a major fall, but this storm is unlike any other we've seen before. The lightning is seemingly yellow, which is odd as in Breath of the Wild it's green/blue. This could mean a number of things. Maybe it's just an aesthetic change, or maybe the sky islands we explore in the game will have altered the lightning in some ways, as their seemingly main source of power is the green-blue energy. Hyrule is very different in this shot. Death Mountain seemingly is spewing malice, as we can see in the upper left. This leaves it safe to assume that malice has spread through the very foundations of Hyrule, deeper than we ever saw in Breath of the Wild. There's a spiral of swirly green energy, which is obviously linked to the rest of this strange green energy we see throughout the trailer. An area of malice is near this spiral, which is likely a large pool of malice we'll have to navigate around. Two pieces of glowing green energy are also briefly spotted nearby. My theory is that these green spirals are linked to the Sheikah Towers, as they seem to be positioned where the towers should be, but later in the trailer we see that is not the case, that they can be the towers themselves, as we see in TotK Towers. This malice pool seems to be where the Great Hyrule Forest is supposed to be, indicating that several key landmarks have been consumed by malice. A bunch of a new flying enemy is seen flying around what seems to be a Bokoblin tower base. This may be an old Zelda monster that was redesigned for the new game, like how its predecessor did that with basically every monster it had. Alternatively, this could be linked to the Keese, either a more powerful form or a predecessor race that Ganon has brought back to life. Also, the Bokoblins in this have the long horn, so they are possibly linked to why the horn is long. Check out this video I did to see my theories about the horns from the first trailer. This is why I stated the green spirals were linked to the Sheikah Towers and not actually them, as there is no green spiral around these towers. The Golden Light is seemingly linked somehow to Zelda's golden power she used to seal Ganon, either by being from another divine being or Zelda protecting the towers for some reason using her power. In the middle is some strange monstrosity. I think it might be an undead monster or some strange vehicle like we are later shown in the trailer. Blue dots of light. Are these fireflies, but somehow they glow a different colour? Is it linked somehow to the blue Sheikah energy from all the tech in the previous game? The floating islands are at different heights, as confirmed by this, but that's already been seen. So the blue things in this may be souls, as they look like soul wisps in this scene. The monsters are covered in malice and mining, so they're seemingly smarter and also stickier than before. In this place that looks new, either this is some new area on the surface of Hyrule, or something underground or above in the sky. Whatever it is, Link should be worried, as what they're mining is likely to be used to forge weapons to kill him. This dragon on the bridge looks like Gleeok, a mostly three-headed dragon who repeatedly appears in the franchise. The best shot we get of these spirals shows one of them around a large stone. Link will likely use Kakariko as a safe space during this game, somewhere away from the stronger monsters and large amounts of malice, meaning these spirals could be a form of warping system, similar to how the towers in the Sheikah Slate previously worked. Ganon has clearly used his superior level of power compared to the previous game to make it extra powerful, creating these projectiles which seemingly create or more likely power up the monsters of Hyrule. His newfound power being spread to his minions in an attempt to overwhelm Link. This explosion ball of malice seems to contain a Rito inside. I saw this in a post by user HeavyTanker45 on r/Breath of the Wild, and I believe in this. They also made an interesting observation in a comment. I've always had a nagging thought in my mind. The champions' bodies. They just vanished clearly, as Dorfam and Sidon believe Mipha could still be alive in Varuda since they never found her body. Could Ganon have kept them, so he could corrupt them? This being Revali's corpse, reanimated and corrupted by Ganon. I mean, when has Ganon disrespected the dead's remains? Oh yeah, literally the whole existence of the Blood Moon is to disrespect the dead. Oh my Hylia, has this poor Bokoblin got the blorbs? Probably got a Bokoblin parent and a Hinox parent, or got Link's appetite. Redead seemed to make a return, so it seems Ganon looked back in the history of the monsters he's worked with before and called a few friends to help him out in this new game. Oh, looks like we've got Ganon's floating castle. Horses seem to not have all died off, so speedy traversal of Hyrule is still possible for those who prefer horses. Vehicles are leaving dust trails. That or something big like the Leviathans are moving through the desert. I don't know why I didn't say Maduga, since those are more likely to be in the desert making these clouds, but whatever. I believe this is the place where an ally of ours has safely positioned themselves in the sky and has found a way to utilize all of the leftover Guardian parts. This could be Robbie, Pura, Zelda, or even some new character we've never met. This sixth arm seems to have a speaker attachment, or stores a screen which hasn't been shown to Link yet, maybe letting us talk to Zelda, who has a Sheikah Slate as shown in this official artwork. Collins seem to be able to receive lifts from the new flying enemy, which really just means they should be able to get to work quicker and surprise us by dropping down from above. So this special green energy is powering some block guardian who lives on a sky island. Nice. Our arm has got some kind of arrow targeting ability and magnetic ability, echoing the runes from the previous game. This lady is Hylia. I'm calling it now. People have been saying that Zelda's going to die, which would leave no mortal incarnation of Hylia to aid Link, so Hylia is more than likely to do the job herself, since, she can't exactly produce a new bloodline member that quickly. We're in the sky with floating islands, something that Hylia is associated with. She has a golden glow which indicates her divinity, and is something we haven't seen with any other character to my recollection. Link gets to build vehicles, likely because he crashed the Master Cycle Zero into some malice and couldn't get it out. All jokes aside, it's going to be great to see how these interact with the physics engines of the game.